after World War II, approximately late 1960s to 1990s. So I would like to introduce about this movement, first of all, as a background of my presentation. First of all, Mingu was recognized as research materials, firstly by this scholar, Keizo Shibusawa, who is famous as a grandson of Keizo Shibusawa. Sorry, Eiichi Shibusawa. And then he started Mingu studies with his folks. And he defined Mingu as 我々の同胞が日常生活要請から技術的に作り出した身辺筆記の道具。So it was usually, it used to be just a folk craft, which was created by our fellow countrymen, like that. And then they said the essence of the phases of culture is contained in the simple and plain form of everyday life. So that's why they started Mingu studies intensively in this era already. Because of this starting of studies, many Mingu collection was founded in some local areas too, already before the World War II. And also Mingu was designated as, became as a part of the Cultural Property Protection Laws Division in 1954, firstly declared as folk materials. And then it's altered to folk cultural properties in 1975. And then the Mingu is included as this cultural property division, and then which was designated as customs and habits related to food, clothing, shelter, livelihood, religious beliefs, annual events, etc., and the clothing appliances, houses, and other articles used in these customs and habits, which are indispensable for understanding the transition of the lives of our people. So the Mingu was also included in this category of folk cultural properties in the Cultural Properties Protection Law. Because of this, as you can see on the right side of the slide, many tangible folk cultural properties, which usually equal Mingu, were designated as national important tangible folk cultural properties. Now, like 226 as of last year. And because of this movement, many local museums are also built. And then they intensively collected Mingu from the local communities. So that the number of Mingu collection just increased like that. And the other causes of the Mingu boom was the Mingu as hometown education materials. Perhaps you can see many museums named as Kyodo Shiryokan or Kyodo Hakubutsukan in many local areas. This was originally a hometown school room in elementary schools from Meiji era to the end of World War II. And then after that, this hometown museum like Kyodo Shiryokan, Kyodo Hakubutsukan were intensively created because they believe that local residents have common responsibilities and obligations for creation of new hometown, Kyoto. Therefore, they need to study history of old hometown. So that they built many local Kyoto Shiryokan hometown museums in their own local sites. And then in that museums, you can see many Mingu, especially for education for elementary school kids these days also. Like many elementary school kids, they come to the local museums and to see the Mingu and see how people in the old days lived in their own local sites like that. So these like three value or point of view to see the Mingu was very important key to make a movement to collect Mingu all over Japan. Additionally, in many local sites, you can see something like a community museums or community collection simply, because they thought collecting Mingu can create their own place for revitalization for the local community. As I think many of you know, like in local communities, in countryside in Japan, there is a huge problem of depopulation, and they have challenges of revitalization of their local communities. So that they wanted to create some kind of places where local people and also other side of people can visit and see the culture or history or just memory of their own of each past. Then they actually collected this Mingu to exhibit places. I saw many places especially in Noto Peninsula, because my research field in the Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture, which was damaged by the huge earthquake this early 2024. But yeah, this is the situation in 2019 when I was doing my doctoral research. And then, as you can see, many of the collections are actually managed by municipalities, but there are also many collections from local communities and also private households. And then some of the municipality collections are actually originally from the local community or private household. But I will explain later, but many of them are now transferred to municipal custodial body because there is no one who wants to take care of these old collections anymore like that. So this is a situation in Noto Peninsula, but this is not limited into this specific area, but it's actually the situation all over Japan, like any countryside has this massive number of Mingu collections because of the Mingu collection boom after World War II. However, actually, many of these unique collections, local Mingu collections, are now in dead storage, in danger of survival. As of private collections tend to be disposed of if the owners, descendants are not interested in these old things, or they try to give this away to someone who wants to keep this. And also local groups, they already say, like the enthusiasm to collect and manage this kind of collection is already cooled down in their community because there are less people, the population is a huge problem. There are no more people who want to take care of the collection like that. And then also local school used to collect this Mingu collection, but many of the elementary school or middle school are already closed because less children. And then the collection were actually handed over to municipal governments like that. And so many local collection is now under the municipal government, but they also say it's very difficult to take care of them because they don't have enough space for storing these old collections. Like, so they just end up just piling up in some local old school building, which is already closed. And then they say they cannot recognize how valuable they are compared to other historical materials. So that they are very in trouble to managing or organizing or utilizing these collections. So the situation in Japan is like this. Local Mingu collections are mostly in dead storage. They are not utilized very well for the educational or research activities. And then most of them are even unknown, like by even local people or local municipal staff, the government there. So this is a huge problem right now in Japan. And also, perhaps some of you know about this news from Nara Prefecture. The governor actually announced that the prefecture museum has collected and stored Mingu, like a massive amount of Mingu, and some of them are actually not variable. He actually clearly said. So he ordered the museum to reorganize the collection. Some of them must be just discarded, something like that. So this actually grew the public awareness of this problem in Japan these days. So we need to open up information on Mingu firstly and show the value to the society. Otherwise, they will just thrown away easily as a garbage. First of all, I would like to say the national important designated folk cultural materials, like tangible materials, can be seen in this kind of cultural heritage online by the government. But these are only very brief outline of collections. You cannot see each of the collection items. So that this actually cannot mean anything. You can just briefly know, oh, there is this kind of collection in this countryside, something like that. So what I wanted to do is excavate these old Mingu cards, which are possessed by local municipal governments, because especially for the important tangible folk cultural properties, they have created this kind of detailed inventory for each Mingu out of the collections. Otherwise, they cannot be designated as cultural properties. But they have not opened up this information at all because it's written by hand. It's very difficult to digitize these one by one. So our museum is now trying to help them to extract the text data, and also they might have some of the photo data, picture data of each Mingu properties. So in Kirin, which is our database from the National Museum of Japanese History, we open up data recorded on Mingu cards possessed by municipalities, so that we can make information on each Mingu accessible and usable, and for to be utilized for any research or educational activities. However, this is not enough because many of the Mingu collection actually lack of records. They actually don't have records at all. So it is difficult to determine the value of objects as historical and cultural materials at all. That's why the Nara Prefecture governor was saying like these are useless or valueless. And it is difficult to utilize these objects for exhibitions and educational and academic activities. So that it's in that storage. And also, as I already mentioned, there is a huge problem of decline of communities preserve and utilize Mingu because of the population, education, a reduction of cultural preservation system in municipalities, and integration and abolishment of facilities for local community activities such as elementary or middle schools, community centers, and local museums. So just like asking municipal government to give the record data of Mingu card to open up Mingu information is not enough because they actually don't have record, and also huge problem lack of human resources in the local sites. So currently, I started this project to create a kind of platform which is called Mingu Web, which is Android or iOS app. Actually, it's still under development, so I cannot show the detail of the function of the app right now. But now I want to introduce the outline or concept of this platform. So as I already mentioned, the public organizations such as museums or private household information, private households or informal groups, they have Mingu information so that they can create digital catalog like a Mingu card on this app. Then it can be shown, it can be seen by any kind of users of this app. For example, researchers, curators, or field practitioners who are actually using these old tools in their own field, or just ordinary citizens, like senior citizens who have experience or knowledge to use these objects in the past or something, or just interested in these old objects. Then actually, their created digital catalogs, there are a lot of missing information, like I said, the record is not enough. So you can, these participants see, oh, there's a missing information, but I might know about these tools. Then they can provide missing information or just share and link related information throughout internet or some other books or some other museum exhibitions, or just simply comment or do liking when they found some attractive Mingu for them. Then this kind of information will be returned to the first Mingu owner who created the Mingu digital catalogs or Mingu card. So this kind of civil participatory platform to share and search for information and knowledge of Mingu is what I am trying to create right now. So the information to be shared in Mingu web is, as I mentioned, like it's inventory information on Mingu, like a Mingu card, like where it was created, who actually used this, how to use this, or something like that from museum inventory. And also bibliographic or reference information, which you can easily, so that you can easily find what kind of reference this Mingu information has. And also exhibition or event information, so that you can know, oh, this event will be starting soon, so we can go. Or I went to this exhibition and there was this information, so I want to share, something like that. So in the community, these three kinds of information would be shared. And potential users of Mingu web, we expect anyone, literally anyone, like not limited to museums or specialists, because we know there are a lot of local people who are still using these old tools. And also there is even SNS groups to share the knowledge of old tools or just showing their favorite old tools in the communities. So we want to include these diverse people to this platform. And for sharing information, only simple pictures are fine. Like just taking a picture by your smartphone and upload it on the Mingu web is totally fine. And incomplete information is fine, so that you can ask the community people if they know about this missing information. And those who want to simply browse information or make comments or likes are also, of course, just welcome. So credibility, maybe you would question what about the credibility of shared information in Mingu web if the users or informants are diverse. Because usually this kind of app to share and then collect special information, they require like a special professional reviewing of the information. But I believe the Mingu is from their own lifestyle, the lifestyle diverse, very diverse. So any kind of information is actually not wrong or correct. Yeah, so we cannot just judge this is wrong collection, I mean, wrong information or not. So, but we want to request informants to share the source at least of the information, such as bibliographic information, exhibition in museums, or personal experience, etc. Something like that, so that the viewer of the app can recognize, oh, this is from this book, or this is from this grandfather's knowledge, something like that. So they can judge this is reliable for them or not. And then I believe also the Mingu web can be linked with other databases, something like Kirin I mentioned, because in Kirin, the Mingu card, sometimes information written there is not complete. There are many missing informations. So that I can upload this Mingu card in Mingu web and ask, perhaps anyone know about this missing information. And then I can return this collected information from Mingu web to the original database, something like that. That kind of connection could be possible, so that the provenance of inventory information can be also recorded in Mingu web. Okay, so, and how to use Mingu web, for example, for like events, local events, or some activities in local museums. We actually already, as experimental activities, we already did some sort of a local hybrid event in Hokkaido, Shibezu City. This kind of hybrid event, we can invite anyone all over the world, so that we can collect not only the local knowledge or information, but also the world view information throughout any kind of books or any kind of information from the internet, like that. And also, maybe perhaps we can focus on some specific collections. So for example, like a forestry tools collection, so that we can ask local knowledge bearers who knows about forestry. And then we can intensively collect the data using this app on some museum sites. In this way, we can involve local people who are not online usually, and also make an opportunity for exchanges among different institutions and regions, because usually local museum people, they don't have any opportunities. They don't have any opportunity to exchange their information or ideas very often. And also I have this idea too, like you can use Mingu web for your own exhibitions to share information on Mingu. For example, you can put a QR code of each Mingu card next to the actual Mingu exhibit, and provide a detailed material information at the venue using their own, the visitors' own app, smartphones, yeah. And make accessible to information or materials also which are not exhibited in that venue, maybe far away satellite exhibition area or in the storage they have, but they can still show the Mingu card using this QR code, so that we can enhance visitors' interest and understanding on the exhibit. And the other way to use Mingu web for exhibition is to collect information and responses from visitors. Like I said, perhaps Mingu in the exhibitions might have missing information also, so that you can ask the visitors to use their own smartphone to make comments or just simply likes on Mingu. Then you can collect missing information perhaps, or just receive responses from visitors. In this way, you can enrich information on Mingu, each Mingu, throughout this exhibition event. And also, since this is an international conference to utilize Japanese resources, I also want to tell that possibility to use this Mingu app for the international Mingu studies, perhaps. You can also use data shared on Mingu web for research on Japanese Mingu and people's lifestyle from abroad. And you can perhaps collect information on Japanese Mingu acquired by museums or individuals overseas. I sometimes see some Mingu collection from Japan in some like European museums. So they might have missing information about this Mingu, each Mingu. So they can use this app, uploading their own Mingu collections information and create a Mingu card and ask some information from the people all over the world. Or actually, this Mingu app is not limited to Japanese Mingu. So you can share your own country's old tools information. Like in Bulgaria, I see many traditional tools, very unique. So you can perhaps share that kind of information on this Mingu app. And then you can do like a research on both kind of different kind of Mingu from all over the world, perhaps. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Kawabe-san. Now it's time for questions, short to maybe one or two short questions and comments. コメントあるいは質問ございませんか？私から一つ伺いしてもいいですか？下でお話ししたときに、その場所がないので保存ができないっていう話がいっぱいある。はい、お話伺ったんですけど、例えば今のこのミングウェブがその場所こんなのを持ってるってあげて、でも場所がなくてどうしようか困ってるんですとか、そういうお困り相談ですかね。そういう場にはなり得ますか？
多分そうなるかなという予想はありまして、でもそういうコミュニティ内でのそういうやり取りをどこまで承認するとか、その個人の売買とかになってくるとまたちょっとトラブルもつきものですので、ちょっと課題ではあります。でもそういう形でその行き場のない民具が何か保存先とか活用先を見つけるきっかけにもなればという思いもあります。
ありがとうございます。他に何か質問？
さん、一つの質問があるんですけれども、オノマトペのテキストをオンラインにしてるんですけれども、コメントコラムがあって、なんか、いらない宣伝とかが入ったり、ちょっとわけのわからない文章が載ったりっていうことがありましたので、ミングにはそういうことはどういうふうに避けるのでしょうか？
すみません、ちょっとマイクが。
はい。コメントとか誰でも情報を載せるっていうことができるっておっしゃいましたよね。じゃあなんかいらないコメントとか勝手な宣伝とかどういうふうに避けるんですか？
はい、そうですね。こういう誰でも参加できるプラットフォームって絶対そういう関係ないコメントとかちょっと人を傷つけるようなコメントとかが出てくるかもしれないので、そのあたりは気をつけて目を配っていくんですけども、でも基本的にはそういうものも削除しないつもりです。というのもそれもこの社会を表す一つの面ということで、割とこう社会学とかフォークロアの方ではそういうものを削除したくないと思ってしまうんですけど、その辺もでも内容によってはもしかしたらそういう見せない方向に行くかもしれないですけど、でも基本的にはどんなコメントとか情報も正しい正しくないというジャッジはしないという基本的な、方向性です。
ありがとうございます。
それでは次の発表に移りたいと思います。Thank you very much for your presentation, Kawabe-san.